The most commonly used political spectrum is the left-right one. Its origins are in the sittings of the French Parliament after the French Revolution, with the aristocrats sitting to the right and the non-aristocrats sitting to the left, and it worked fine. However, in the meantime, we got stuff like this, and everything got conflated, and confused, and this makes no sense, and it's just LARPing and saying, oh, freedom, slavery, and it's just confusing. Now, there has been some development, the spectrums since then, but I'll skip over the majority of that. Then we got the political compass. Now, if you aren't already familiar with the political compass, which you very likely are, but I'll still give a quick recap. It is a spectrum which represents political beliefs on two axes, the economic one and the political power one. So the economic one, obviously the left and right, the standard dichotomies. The more right you go, there is less innate economic equality. The more left you go from the center, there is more innate economic equality. Now there is the up and down axis, which represents authoritarianism and libertarianism. The further up you go, there is less innate equality in political power, and the further down you go, there is more innate equality in political power. And it's okay. But even faster than with the one axis political spectrum, it got screwed up. So we got this. Now, what's the problem with this one? The problem is that pretty much everything above the center here, more authoritarian leaning, it is incorrect. Like, we have stuff like nationalism here, which is not authoritarian right. You can't represent it on the compass because nationalism has no economic preference or political power preference, right? Or authoritarianism, which is literally just a descriptor, or activism, which is what even why, although that is on the libertarian side. And you also have Nazis. I know what some may be thinking, it's cool to be the opposite of Nazism, but no, you can't really place it here because it's more third positionist in economics, and there's a significant cultural focus. However, I fixed it, and you might be saying, oh, but there are other political compasses, what about them? They're also incorrect. So I fixed this, and we have this. Now, fair note, a large chunk of this was not made by me, but I found it on some Reddit post. However, I do not remember the name of it anymore, unfortunately. So if you could find it, that'd be great, because I want to give credit to the person who made this. Now, these axis descriptors were not added in by me, so I do not claim that this is perfect either, but I think that it is the most accurate labeled political compass made so far, but I do welcome any improvements that you might make. So do it if you want to do it, I guess. Anyway, but you may be thinking, what if I do want to account for culture? Because this is not the best system for the representation of political spectrums, clearly, because, well, culture is a significant axis, but there is a solution to this, and I think the best possible political compass is the Shapley political compass, which I'll be linked in the comments. So this is it. It is the regular political compass, but it adds a bar next to it, which represents your cultural standpoint. And it is really good, actually. But fair note, these are not my actual results on it. However, there is also what I think is a competing representation of the political spectrum, which is also good, but I'm not really a political scientist, so I don't know if it's better or worse, or if it's even that comparable. I just think that it makes sense, and it is the, well, I'm going to call it the multi-axis system, in which it shows your beliefs on multiple different axes, i.e., where they are on the different spectrums. And a good test of this type is nine axes, which I will also link in the comments below, so take a look at that as well if you want to.